Let's talk about intention and sacred space, and we're going to start with intention. Intention sounds obvious, right? We set an intention when we go to the grocery store by bringing a list. We set an intention when we go into the meeting by having an agenda. This is no different, and it's just as important. The first and most important intention to set, because we're working energetically, to work with energies that are of the highest love, light, and life, and that are here for the highest good. Energetic space is full of things. It's full of beings. It's full of different kinds of energies. And one thing that I've always practiced, and I will always practice, is to only work in a loving, light, energetic space. It does not mean that we don't deal with difficult things. It does not mean that we will not get full messages, but we will not be influenced by dark, energetic influences that are not in our highest good. So how do we avoid that? We set that intention. So that is the intention that I gave you in the guide, which I will read to you. I invite into this space only energies of love, light, and life that are here for the highest good of the animal, of the person, and myself. So what does that cover? It covers, first of all, I've invited them. I don't demand any attention. All you need to do is ask. We're not dealing with difficult employees or oppositional family members. We're dealing with energies of love and light. We invite them in. They're here. They come. They're there. All right. There are also energies that are of love and light that may not be in the highest good of that animal or that person or yourself. And you are just as important in this interaction because you are the channel. You are the hollow bone. You are the being, the body, the energy that these messages are flowing through. And so if this is not in your highest good, then you do not want it here. And let me say something about that. You may have something in your background, in your past, in your life that is going on that makes it almost impossible for you to bring through an unbiased, loving message, right? Even if that's what comes through, it may hit you and you just start to vibrate. You don't need that. You do not need that. That is not okay, right? And so if your intention is for only love, light, and life energies that are in the highest good of you and messages that are in the highest good of you as well as your animal and your person, that will come through, okay? I also want to encourage you to do the meditation to meet your guide because that's a next layer, a next level of protection and support that is offered to you from your higher self, your higher power, to help you process and separate what is yours from what is the animal's, right? And so whatever energies that are in your highest good may shift as you become more guided and protected. You may be able to process differently when you're in that space. I know I am. I'm a different person when I'm doing a reading than I'm when I am not. That is something that we all work on, isn't it? To be that person that's channeling higher light all the time. And when you find your sacred space and you set your intention, it's much easier to be that channel. And so it's a practice. It's a practice of setting an intention here and then moving that out into other parts of our lives. But we're just talking about here. This is a deeper practice, but set that intention. Spirits of love, light, and life that are in the highest good of myself, the animal, the person, can come and be with me and help me with this communication. I want you to trust this. Once you've set that intention, Trust it. The more you trust, the clearer the message, and the more you will get. It's as simple as that. I know. Doesn't feel simple, but just keep practicing. This is called a practice for a reason. Just remember, you can do it. It's in you. So now we're going to talk about sacred space. So let's talk about sacred space. In some ways, this is my sacred space. I talk about in the guide how when I do my sessions, I do them upstairs in my farmhouse where it is very clear of anything but the work of doing sessions and readings for people and animal communication work. But also, I'm in a quiet place. I'm by myself. I'm in my comfortable home. I'm literally with my dogs. So it is a safe space. So sacred equals safe. Sacred equals a place where you feel comfortable asking in your higher power for help and feeling comfortable enough to sit in that guidance and go where you're guided. If you are feeling safe and guided, and you've set that intention for your space to be sacred, for energies of love, light, and life to come in and be with you for the highest good of the animal, the person, and yourself, then that will give you confidence in what you hear as well. So that space is important. Even if it's an energetic bubble around you, can be a sacred space. And the more you become comfortable with this practice, the more you will find yourself doing that just naturally. It will just come naturally. All of a sudden, you'll find yourself in a space. I intend to interact with this animal. I ask for permission. Guides, please come and be with me and guide me for the highest good of this animal, myself, and the person. And then that space is literally just set. It's that intention becomes second nature. So, and the space comes with it. Start with one place where your body says, oh yes, this is what we're doing, because our bodies are part of this, right? Our bodies help interpret, our bodies feel, our emotions are part of this, our minds with our imagination is part of it. All these signals, all these messages that come in that are symbolic, some come as pictures. So all of this part of all of our physicalness needs to know, oh, this is what we're doing. We're sitting in this place. It is safe, it is sacred, and this is what we're doing. And as you become really comfortable in that place, then as you expand and you go other places and you sit with someone and you're not feeling jittery or nervous, that will happen as you start. But that sacred space can become from one physical place to an energetic place around you. Start with the physical place. It really helps you. I remember when I started by doing readings remotely only. And I talk about that in the remote section. But the first time I went and did a reading in person, I actually did the reading remotely first because I was so nervous. And I got there and it was great. It went fine. I got a lot. The person was happy. And yet I was just so on edge because there's so much going on. And if you're a sensitive person, you know what I'm talking about. When there's so much input, it's hard to breathe sometimes. It's hard to focus, especially intuitively, on what's coming in. And so start with your physical sacred space and then evolve that into an energetic sacred space. Okay. Much love. More in the next video.